Hello, my name is Lynette Espinosa, and today I will be presenting on two programs offered by Texas schools. Before presenting, I will briefly explain my dream position, which is to be an administrator for an alternative education program campus or a Title I campus. I will now share my screen. The two programs that I will be presenting today are English learners and alternative education. First off, a goal in mind. All students will gain the best educational experience through services, challenges, or other resources. Race, cultural background, gender, ability, and all other identity traits are transparent, allowing all students to be treated as a student rather than a demographic or data asset. All students will attain the best resources possible to utilize for success in their future education, career, or employer. Now, who is served by the program? Starting off with the ELL program, or English Language Learner program, it is a student who is categorized as an English learner, which is defined as a student who's in the process of acquiring English and has been identified using the state's process for identification, and then coded as a limited English proficient student, or a LEP student. As for the alternative education program, who is served, it will be any student can be served that has or consists of one of the following: problems that interfere with education, juvenile offenders, behavioral problems, or character disorders. However, keep in mind, AE programs vary when a student with disabilities is involved. Who qualifies for these programs? For the ELL program, there are steps that must be taken in order to begin the qualification for the program. The first step would be to enroll into a Texas public school. Then a student will take the home language survey. Then the survey will determine if the student speaks English and any other language or languages at home. If that does come out that a student does speak another language other than English or languages other than English, then an EL learner will be tested in listening and speaking for all grade levels. However, if a student is in the 2nd to 12th grade, they will be additionally tested in listening, speaking, reading, and writing components. For the next step, the Language Proficiency Assessment Committee, also known as LPAC, will meet and decide the exact EL services necessary for the student. Keep in mind that even if a student does not qualify for the ELL program, a parent can actually request for their child to be a part of the program. Now, moving on to the alternative education program, also known as an AE program, students who are reflecting delinquent behavior then assigned disciplinary action that is consisted of suspension, expulsion, placement in an AE program at their home campus, or a juvenile justice program, and students who are already in a Texas juvenile justice department, they will qualify for alternative education. Okay. What does the program provide to students? For ELLs, the English Language Proficiency Standards provide cross-curricular second language acquisition skills, which are intended to develop English skills in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. However, more additional bilingual education programs will support EL learners and enhance their language learning through the following protocol: identification, assessment, placement, transition, monitoring, and evaluation. For alternative education students, the program provides a setting that is other than the student's traditional classroom, and it is located off the regular school grounds. AE programs separate students who are under disciplinary status and other students who are not coded as disciplinary students. AE programs will continue through traditional academics that focus on the core content: science, math, English, language arts, social studies. However, the additional program would be self-discipline programs. Now, who helps coordinate these programs? For English language learners, the Language Proficiency Assessment Committee, once again, the LPAC, helps coordinate for English language learners. They will also guide teachers on how to support English language learners, determine needs for professional development, and they will also be coordinating with test coordinators to ensure students are provided with the linguistic support they may need. For AE programs, the campus behavior coordinator administrator coordinates along with the campus administrator, a parent or legal guardian, and sometimes the district board of trustees will be involved depending on the situation. Now, curriculum interventions and other approaches. For ELLs, the following approaches may be taken: dual language programs, sheltered instruction, and strategies, push-ins and push-outs. For alternative education, they focus more on behavior improvement. Sometimes state youth agencies are involved, discipline management programs are involved, educational and behavioral needs are attended to, counseling, and in the presence of academics, students are still provided tutoring, pullouts, and data-driven interventions. If you have any curiosities of the programs for ELLs, there's a little bit more details on the slide. Now, who monitors and evaluates the program? For English language learners, The following are who monitor the program. First off, LPAC, once again, a content area teacher, a campus administrator, the parent or legal guardian of the EL student, and a transitional language educator. Every year, the LPAC will review EL learners or a EL learner through the following: the STAR decision-making guide and the TELPAS decision-making guide. All EL learners are assessed through the Texas English Language Proficiency Assessment System, which is the TELPAS. Even if parents deny EL services, a student will still be given the TELPAS evaluation. The TELPAS evaluation is basically identifying a student if they're advanced high, or if they still need work on their English language skills. For alternative education, so after a student's release date from an AE program, the alternative education program administrator will provide the following to the campus administrator and the student parent or guardian: the student assessment of academic growth while attending the AE program and any other assessments given to the student. Now, coordinating the student's transition to the regular classroom, the alternative education program administrator will request recommendations from school counselors, school district peace officers, licensed clinical social workers, campus behavior coordinators, and classroom teachers. Keep in mind that student attendance is considered and evaluated when determining final dismissal from an AE program too. Attendance is very crucial. Now, mistakes to avoid and remedies. For English language learners, make sure that you provide the proper services an EL student is entitled to, because if you miss that, that's definitely shortchanging a student, their services. Now, to ensure the appropriate linguistic scaffolds and accommodations are in place so the content area standards are met as students gradually acquire language proficiency in English, make sure that all their testing tools are present. Now, for alternative education, academic process for alternative education is not measured properly, so we need to make sure that is always measured through data, and make sure communicating with each other and your administrators. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.